What is up, everybody? Kelly here playing Minecraft tonight, back in the Jsano Fan Server, and I have a mailbox, apparently. I actually just spawned at Jsano Land and was on my way back to my base. I saw the sign relating, to the elevator at your base, but could you detail a more specific location with blocks? Okay. An elevator generally consists of a 2-wide passage. Considering the material cost as non-negotiable, though merely refers to blocks built such as redstone and pistons. Okay, basically at the end of the previous episode, I mentioned wanting to build an elevator. Hang on, let me see here. Oh, I have to provide the materials, basically, is what he's saying. 2-wide passage. Actually not going to need his assistance. So, let me, let's see. Sugar. I am actually planning on restarting a new build. I may need an elevator in the future, but at this point, in time, that will not be necessary. When I was talking about blocks, I was just wondering what materials you needed, but no worries. Oh. Needed. Nice. And I'll sign it. Wow, I really messed up on the spelling of that. I'll just put... I don't know why, but no words look right for me, so I'll just do this. So I'll stick that back in there. So yeah, that's the main reason why I am recording. This is actually the same day as the previous recording that I did. I am going to I'm going to build something different than the skyscraper that I originally planned on doing. The skyscraper just seemed like such a bland and monotonous task that I didn't really have much interest in it, and instead I have kind of taken my off time and worked on that secret underground base that I have, and now it's a semi-secret underground base, but yeah, I don't know, haven't had that big of an interest in the whole thing. So I think I'm going to instead work on something different, and I believe it will still fit in the same area. We'll have to see. let's go take a look. I haven't taken anything down yet. As a matter of fact, I finished the floors, the flooring, mostly. Still got this little bit done, but I got all this done. I can take this down. So yeah, I think I want to change this out. Which means I'm gonna have to take down all that glass. I'm gonna have to take down all this framework. But I want to build the Tampa International Airport, and I actually have it up on Google Maps right now. It's actually pretty cool. I don't know if I can get a picture of it up to show you, but if I can, I will. I've tried to look for pictures that show the main aspect of what I want to work on, but we're going to. I think it should fit in this area. If not, I can always trim back there and over here. Have to take that down though. But yeah. So we're going to take all this down. Is what we're going to do. And I've got these Touch of Silk and Good Fortune. I've learned recently that if you name your pickaxes, you can actually continue to repair them forever. What I have not realized before is that when you repair a tool, each time you repair it, the level goes up. The amount of levels that you need to repair it goes up. And it goes up to a certain level, which is 39. Once you reach 39 levels, you cannot repair your whatever anymore. Your armor, your tools, none of that. After that, it just says too expensive, and then you have to let your pick run out. But if you name your item, like I have done to these pickaxes, it will still raise up to the 39 level, but it will also reset itself to the lowest available level that you can repair it at. So for this one, I think was 32. No, this one was 38. This one was 36 levels. And so that's how many levels I would need to use to repair it. And so next time when the pick gets low, I just have to get 36, 38 levels, repair it, and then once it gets low again, I just do the same thing. So, but yeah, the Tampa International Airport is, Tampa, Florida, about 2 hours away from here. It's, one of, 1, 2, 3, I could say 4 main airports in Florida. Technically, 1, 2, 3. Technically, I would say 3. There's Tampa, Orlando, Miami, and Daytona. And Daytona is by far the, I think it's been known as the worst of the 4. I believe Tampa is one of the best. Orlando, I think, got some good renovations, though. But, yeah, Daytona is kind of the, I'm too far north for the other ones, so this is my this is my only choice. So, I hear the flights are cheaper, but you can't really go to as many places as you can with the, other 3. So, from where I live, Orlando and Tampa are kind of interchangeable. I can go to either one, and it's more or less the same distance. Orlando, you can save maybe half an hour of a drive, depending on how fast you drive. So, but I think Tampa is Tampa's a bit cheaper than Orlando is, and is, I think it's a lot easier to navigate both getting there and getting around when you're there. So, but yeah, they have an interesting structure to it. I don't remember if it's a hotel. I know Orlando has its own hotel. the Orlando International Airport. But, Tampa has this structure. It's like a, it's right on top of the terminals, and it's this giant disc. It's like 5 or 6 stories tall. As a matter of fact, I can take a look at it. As long as I don't have zombies attacking me. Just... It's gonna be a train of zombies. Okay, let me take a quick look. Yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4 stories up, and then it does this crazy weird looking, I don't even know how to explain it. It's like a 3-pronged doohickey. It's kind of like this. Not exactly like that. It's a lot more curved and everything. But, it's all around the central point, so it'd be kind of more like that. No, not really. That just looks naughty. Well, yeah, kind of, in a way it's kind of like that, but more curved. Like, the, corners here would be a lot more curved to, follow the, disc shape. Or to, be the opposite of the disc shape, I should say. Oh, I did not break those with a silk touch. But, and then on top of that is another smaller disc, which looks like an observation tower. But we're going to build that. And hopefully I have enough time before basic training to actually do that. Because, if I don't, it'll be kind of weird. But, yeah, I don't know how big exactly it'll be, but it should be able to fit in this area. No problem. So the only thing I need to update, since this is the same day as the last episode, is that I did die in the death games. I'm up to 30 deaths. I was helping Scott and Rad search for one of their animals. Scott's ocelot had escaped, and I had come over to lend a hand. I had found the ocelot and spent like 10-15 minutes just chasing it around and yelling endlessly through chat about how I found the damn thing and nobody's listening to me. I swear I said like 3 or 4 times that I had found their ocelot, but they got swept up in other conversations or completely missed it entirely. But yeah, I've finally gotten the ocelot back to Scott's place and put it in one of the houses when Tyler popped through the portal. I think he was invisible at the time because I never saw him, and I was typing in chat that I'd put the ocelot in the house, and Tyler killed me while I was typing. So, didn't even get to have a fair fight. But Death Games is Death Games, and I gave him his diamond, as expected. So, that's done and done. So, yep, I'm up to 30 deaths, and, so yeah. And Kusog's still bickering about how I, made a contract to kill him. There are other contracts up, supposedly, that the Merry Gamers get to fill out, so it'd be interesting how those pan out. If, I'm contracted to die at any point, I, would like to at least make it interesting. I don't know. At least have it recorded. Mary already signed off for tonight, so... So, I don't really have anything to talk about. I just talked about Tampa, and the build. We are going to need all this glass, definitely. I do have a bunch of sand, back at my my secret underground base. Yeah, that secret underground, I don't remember how that started. I think it started around the same time that Scott and Kusog started declaring war on each other. I don't remember how I ended up building the base right where it was, but I apparently ended up making an underground base, and I've kept it a secret. I've kind of reinforced the shallow caves that lead to it with wood, and then covered it over. There's actually a very small piece of wood that's still exposed, so it's still possible to find the place. It's just a matter of if you can figure out where to go once you find the wooden area, because it's a bit of a complex in the shallow caves. Also, as you notice, I've moved all my armor to that base, so I'm not really sure if I'm going to keep this house or not. So let's start taking this frame down, I guess. Then we can deal with the rest of the, I'll do the rest of the glass off camera. But yeah, so I'm trying to think of anything to talk about. Not really. Guess I can talk a little bit about basic training, my thoughts and feelings on the whole thing. Because I've talked about it a little bit, about how I feel about going to basic and all that. And overall, it's something that I kind of need to do. I definitely think it'll be an interesting career path for me. But the number one reason why I'm doing this is because of my money woes. And I hope that going into the Army helps with that. So, you know, it's going to be interesting, definitely. And I only really have one main fear going into the Army. Well, besides the obvious getting deployed, going to war, you know, the whole Syria issue. I could come up and just loop around this way. Otherwise, I would have no idea how I'd get these pillars out. But yeah, I should hold shift. Let's see. The biggest challenge that I'm definitely going to face going into the Army is the physical fitness part. Because as I mentioned in the past, I'm not very physically fit. I've never really been athletic, or, you know, never been athletic, never worked out much at all. In high school, we had junior ROTC, which is like the high school military, definitely not as rigorous as the real thing. And that I was fairly active in, you know, did weekly physical training, stuff like that. But never really put any serious effort into it. Just kind of, you know, I didn't slack off. Like, there were some people who would join ROTC just because it's an easy A. And that is definitely not how I roll. I definitely enjoyed the class, and I always put an effort into it. I just never, like, extended my workout routines beyond ROTC itself. So yeah, I was fairly decent, and I was definitely kept my thin stick-like figure, but that was pretty much it. I didn't really didn't gain any muscle mass, didn't run much better, you know, just kind of the average person. And so, so going into the army is definitely going to be an interesting struggle with the physical fitness part. On the upside, I will be able to I will be able to get physically fit while I'm out there, so that's always a plus. But yeah, besides that, it's just going to be interesting, definitely. So, but yeah, it should be interesting. There's one other small thing that I'm a bit nervous about, and that's being a gay guy in the military, which I'm not too concerned about it, because I've always followed the don't ask, don't tell policy. Not so much like that, but like, yeah, more or less like that. Basically, I won't say anything. I'm not necessarily hiding it. If you ask, I will definitely tell you the truth. But later. Yeah, but I'll tell you the truth if you ask, if you have your suspicions. But otherwise, I'm not gonna flaunt it or anything. I'm just gonna keep it to myself. So I'm not entirely too concerned about it. I mean, there's been a lot of good things that have been made towards such things as those, like the military now will acknowledge same-sex marriages now. Like if a LGBT couple were to get married and then join the military, they would get the same benefits as everyone else. So, or the spouses would get the same benefits as like a straight couple's spouses. So that's pretty awesome. When I went to MEPS, the Medical Entry Processing Station, part of the stuff that they talked about there, they gave us a little pamphlet in the beginning, and one of the things was about the spouse and stuff, and it said specifically on there that the military identifies a couple as one man and one woman, and so on. And so it's pretty good to see that that's been repealed, and I don't have to worry about that anyways, because I'm not married. But but yeah, it's just, you know, general concerns about if for some reason I end up outing myself, you know, how will people react? And so far, I've only had a couple people react negatively. I can only think of 4. Like one friend. I don't know what my dad's stance is on it. He kind of freaked out in the beginning, but he either accepted it or he completely forgot about it. But I had one friend who completely denied it. He was the only friend of mine that wasn't okay with it. Yeah, he didn't like me any less for it. He just kept saying that I was joking, and so yeah, he never believed me, basically, or refused to believe me, I guess. Which is a shame, because he's a hilarious guy. So, but yeah, it was him. My dad and my stepmom kind of freaked out about it. I still don't know what their stance is on it. And my grandmother's, you know, old-fashioned. She seems to accept it overall, but she still doesn't believe in the whole thing, the whole movement. So she's not okay with the whole idea. Did that creeper really despawn before the arrow hit him? That is one lucky creeper. You lucky bastard. I'm gonna have to go see if I actually hit him or not. But yeah, so luckily my coming out to people has been generally accepted. It seems like everybody on the fan server doesn't seem to make any big deal about it. Haven't heard any opinions against it. One good thing about being on servers like this is that you get a lot of international people, and unfortunately Americans are still having trouble accepting the fact that marriage equality is not a big deal. And a lot of international folk tend to be a lot more comfortable with it. You know, so definitely with, you know, even with Canada, and who's you know, right next door. But you know, I can pretty much assure that the majority of people on this server is perfectly fine with it. Yeah, there's no XP over here. I think the arrow despawned, but that creeper should have been dead, but chose to log off at the last second. Cheaty little bastard. That was something else. But yeah, so yeah, going into the military, I'm slightly worried about it because it's a testosterone-filled job area. The military is, you know, everyone from the recruiters to people I've talked to while at MEPS, all talking about getting the girls and everything, and I'm just sitting here like, yeah, girls, right, those things. So, I don't know. I'm pretty sure I won't have a problem with it. Like, you know, I'm subscribed to a couple people on YouTube who are out in the military. There's Russ Marine, who I watch quite often, who I'm subscribed to. Yeah, he's a Marine, and he and his, I think it's just his boyfriend. I don't know where they live. I don't remember where they live, but they're both in the Marines, and so yeah, just got one last section to do here. Then I gotta take out this whole frame here. As this episode will be the demolition, and then the next episode will start in the actual work. But yeah, so that's a thing. Besides that, I shouldn't have that much of an issue. I have to remember the slip is here. Yeah, I should be able to take care of everything else, the logistics and the first aid and everything. It would just be the physical fitness. I wouldn't be surprised if I end up in fat camp. They actually have that. If you fail to meet the physical fitness requirements, they'll basically pull you aside and run you through fat camp, which is basically all physical fitness. You know, every day you're working out on something, and you basically stay there until you can meet the minimum requirements, and then you get cycled. Then you start basic training, so you don't even get to go back with the group that you started with. You actually, it's like delaying your entry into basic. So I actually wouldn't completely mind that, because then I know that I'd get fit. So I'm not too concerned about that. Alright. Now we go down. I think the... Oh. Okay. Because as I'm digging down, it's like registering me as like a couple blocks above. I think it's because of the ladders. Interesting. Anyways, the only other thing that I would be concerned with going into basic is the cyst that I have. As I mentioned before during my little issues getting into the military, going through MEPS, I have this palladial cyst that's right where my tailbone is. It's basically like a sore open wound thingy. It's just there, and I've said that many times to everybody who needs to hear it, and to people who don't even, that it's not a problem, and it isn't, and I nearly had to wait 6 months because of it. Luckily, I do not. But it's still, I think it's still there. I haven't taken a look to see. I'll say this much, the activity back there has been quiet. Basically all it would do is, under the right conditions, it would open up and bleed a bit. And when I say a bit, I mean a bit. It didn't even, like, it wasn't like continuously gushing blood or anything. It was just, you know, a little bit right here, and you know, that was it. Kind of like it. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, it hasn't done that in a while. I've been keeping it clean and everything and all that. So I forget what's in here. Oh, those things. To finish the floors. But yeah, it's been quiet, but it's still there as far as I know. I guess I haven't checked it recently. And even though I made it through MEPS, it's still possible that, yeah, that's right, don't you come over here. It is still possible that I could get it looked at again and have to deal with it again. I don't really know how the basic training goes from here. I do know that I have to go to MEPS one last time. It's kind of like the hub before I leave. I don't think I have to do any extra medical stuff because I've already qualified. But, like, when I get to basic in South Carolina, we have to go through a week of in-processing, and I think that also includes a more extensive medical check, if I remember correctly. Medical, dental, all that. So there's a good chance that they will, that if it's still there by November, that they may see it again and try to disqualify me again. But I think I would just have to remind them that I made it this far, and, you know, I got qualified with this thing, so it's not as big of a problem as they would assume. So, hopefully all goes well for that. Ooh. Actually, do not want to hit that. Okay. I won't target him as long as he leaves me alone. It seems that the zombie apocalypse is most prominent at dawn, like early morning. So actually, now would be a good time to kill him. Because now the sun's coming up. Any zombie spawns from now on will be in vain. drop anything? No, you don't, because you're a baby zombie. So yeah, I guess that's the other fear I have. Besides that, it's just really physical fitness. So, but as long as I can muscle through the physical fitness and the yelling and having to do everything exactly as they say, and praying to, praying to Optimus Prime that I that I hear every word they say, that I don't miss anything. Because I don't want to be that guy who, you know, just randomly blanks out. I do have a very wandering mind. I have a very creative mind, and so it tends to wander a lot. I don't intend for it to do that, but, you know, it's just always being creative, always trying to, keep me entertained, and keep my mind flowing, and keep the ideas flowing. So, there are plenty of times where I find myself drifting off into my own head when I shouldn't be. Oh, it's raining. Jeez, I keep forgetting that the mine shaft is like right here. I have a mine shaft right next to my base. I think I've already been down there too. Yeah, I still got caves down here that I haven't even looked at. Yep, there it is. That mess of a system. I was about to say, is that lava level? Whoop. Alright, let's get out of here before I turn this into a caving episode. I guess real quickly I should address the equal server folks, because in one of my equal server videos, I was talking about why I was gone for so long, and I mentioned my lack of interest and money woes and everything. And I think SmitJ, I think it kind of got SmitJ a bit down or something. Because he suggested to close the equal server down, and I definitely do not want that to happen. For one, to sound selfish for a second, I would like to have that part of my my going away party to tour that server. So if it goes down, then I won't have anywhere to tour, and for some reason, I can't download the map for myself. Every time I download it, it acts like an empty file. So, but yeah. Ow! Ouch! I think Math the Mew is AFK. Gosh dang it! I need to tell somebody this. Get away from me, zombies. This is important. That was really weird. That's two weirdly random things that just happened to me. Whoops. Alright, Skype is going to know. What is going on? This is a crazy episode. How don't even... Okay, I was talking about the equal server. So yeah, I don't want the server to close down. Even though I had a lack of interest at first, I am starting to get back into the rhythm, and it was mainly just money issues getting me down, and that but it was yeah, it was just a downtime for me, and I definitely don't want the server to disappear. I was just expressing my depression. They say catch him and name him Sparky because apparently I'm a charged person, so I'll post clip later. Yeah, I gotta single out that clip and isolate it. The 2 weird moments today. So yeah, I don't want the server to go away. I just I'm not really feeling too happy. That's not the right words. It just kind of added a little bit of stress to have another thing to pay for was my problem, especially in the times that I had where I had no money to pay for it, and I'm still kind of in a very shady state right now. Like, I just barely have enough to keep me going, and yeah, so. But I think that's going to do for this episode. I'm going to edit and single out those 2 clips and everything, post it up for YouTube. People are actually quite interested to see what just happened. And next episode, we'll start actually building the... it's not actually going to be an airport. I'm just going to take the design for the bay and make it a base. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this really weird episode, and I shall see you all next time.